Hey, Wisdom Wednesday again. Today we're going to be talking about mastering manifestation and especially the things that we do that you may be doing right now that are blocking your manifestation. So first of all, what is manifestation? It may be that you think I'm doing all the chanting, I'm doing all the mantras, I'm doing all the meditations, I'm doing all the visualizations. Why is it that everything I desire is not coming into my life? Or many of the things I desire are not coming into my life, or the things I want the most are not coming into my life. And I'm going to be sharing with you some things that may actually surprise you today. The first thing I want to say is that you are constantly manifesting. You don't need to be on some yoga mat or in some retreat or in some spiritual state to be manifesting. You are a manifesting being. That's what we do as spiritual beings. Now, what is it that comes in the way of us manifesting intentionally is where we get to go in. Because of course you're constantly manifesting and your life is full of things you like and you don't like. So the things that you don't like obviously are things that you've manifested, we can say unconsciously. So as a friend of mine says, you can either be a conscious creator of your reality or you can be an unconscious being that's simply victim to what is happening, right? Well, that's what you believe. Whether you like it or not, you have manifested it. So what are the things that come between us and what we truly desire? The first thing is resistance. And by resistance, I mean resistance in any form. Resistance simply means when you are pushing against what is, when you are not accepting something as it is. It could be that someone has said something or done something, you're in complete disagreement, and instead of observing it and saying, oh, not for me, you get entangled and you go into fight mode, push mode. It could be that you are denying a certain reality in your life. There are things, of course, in my life that times I haven't been really proud of certain things, times that I just was uncomfortable with certain things. And instead of facing them head on, looking at them and realizing that, yes, that's what I had created then, but it didn't mean that I was a bad person. I sometimes went into the shame, blame, and guilt game. And because I was operating from that, I wasn't completely accepting the situation. So that's a form of resistance. It could also be that you may have a friend or you may have a situation. It could be a job, it could be clothes, it could be a relationship, and that relationship is shifting. That thing gets to move out of your life, and instead of just allowing it leave, you're clinging onto it. Again, you're resisting a natural flow. Not everyone is meant to stay in your life forever. Some people are there for a season, some people are there for a lifetime. So resistance is any form of not accepting what is. If you're feeling frustration, then you're in resistance. And that's one I know very well. Things that don't go as planned, things that don't go as I want them to. Just this morning, I had a situation. I was trying to fill this form and I did it once, I did it twice, it wasn't working. And I felt the frustration start coming up. And I thought, what is one thing I can think of right now that will simply shift my mode, shift my focus, and shift my mood? Because when you go into the frustration track, you're in resistance, you're closed down, you're no longer open to receiving that which you have already conceived. So kindly have a way of looking at resistance that is broad. Are you pushing against something? Are you fighting against something? Are you denying a reality? Are you in frustration and irritation? And are you suppressing a part of yourself? When you suppress a part of yourself, you're expending so much energy, you probably cannot even imagine it. And this is a great form of resistance. And if you're not in your full authenticity, how can you open up fully to receive? You're hiding a part of yourself. So even if you did receive, you'll receive a little portion of it. But the first manifestation block is resistance. The second manifestation block is self-abuse. Now, before you go thinking, oh no, that's not me, I never self-abuse, hang on. Self-abuse could be as simple as not nourishing your body adequately, not sleeping enough. Self-abuse could be having a really harsh inner critic, judging yourself and saying things to yourself that you will never dream of saying to a good friend. Self-abuse could be poor boundaries. People asking you to do things that you know full well that if you do say yes to that, you are going to suffer. Other things that are important to you will suffer. And so instead of saying no, you say yes, and then you go around feeling resentment, irritation, anger, frustration for me. Entertaining these thoughts is a form of self-abuse, because when we think these low vibrational thoughts, when we say horrible things to ourselves, our cells can actually hear us and they respond accordingly. Now, let me ask you a question. If you're calling yourself stupid, an idiot, good for nothing, whatever words, everybody has their choice and cocktail, right? A failure, you know, if you're calling yourself those things, is that the state that you will be in when you get what you want? Of course not. So where's the match? So if you're self-abusing, you're basically at some level saying, I am unworthy. I'm unworthy of the joy, the magnificence, the satisfaction of that which I desire. So self-abuse is definitely one of the things that you want to stop in any form if you want to become a master manifester of the things that you really want. Now, another thing that is in the way of manifesting is micromanaging the universe. As I like to say to those controllers out there, you are not the general manager of the universe. It is not for you to figure out, know, and have the backup plan of the backup plan of the how. Your job is to know what it is you want, to be clear about why you want it from a very clean space. And I'll speak about that in 2 seconds. And to take the action. I didn't say sit on your bed and meditate and everything will come to you. I'm not saying it wouldn't, but that's not what I said. There is the action, but it gets to be inspired. It's not about the hard grunt work. That in itself could actually be a way of blocking your blessings, because when you're so worried about the how, you're in worry, you're in doubt, you're not in surrender, you're not open, you're not in trust. And to be very frank, do you really believe that you have more intelligence, you have more possibilities than the whole of the universe? You're a spiritual being, you're a vibrational magnet. So once the intention, the what, right? The why do I want this is clear, and you position yourself to receive, you watch and see. Now, the last thing I'm going to say is stop clinging to old relationships. Stop clinging to old things in your environment. When you cling to that which is no longer serving you, then you are creating clutter. And when you create clutter, you are not allowing there to be space for the new. So if you really want to start manifesting at a higher level, at a different level, then you get to be prepared to let go of certain things in your life. This may also include relationships. It does not make you disloyal. It doesn't make you a bad person. It is simply about deciding who you get to be in order to have what you want to have. And that version of yourself may no longer be in alignment with certain people, certain habits, certain environments that were part of your old life. So you can choose to cling to those. It's like clinging to the shore and saying, ooh, I'd really love to discover the amazing ocean. If you're clinging to the shore, you're in resistance of the adventure. You will never truly go and discover. So I said, 4 blocks to manifestation. 1 is resistance. The second is self-abuse. The third is micromanaging the universe. And the 4th is clinging to the old. I'd love to ask you, which of these do you catch yourself doing? Which of these is the one you know you get to work on? Which of these is the one you know you get to let go of today? Start with 1. It doesn't have to be all 4. Because what is beautiful is when you start with 1, you see shifts in the others. If you would love to manifest an amazing, juicy, incredible relationship, if you would love to manifest vibrant health, if you would love to manifest an incredible, purposeful business or job, if you would love to manifest a life where you simply feel free, joyful, fulfilled, and on purpose, and you wake up in the morning thinking, oh, what a good day it is that I am alive, because there's going to be so many good things happening. If that is the life you want to manifest, and I can say this right now, it is not only possible, it is your absolute birthright. You were not born to suffer. You can have it. And the only thing between that vision and your current reality is you. And I don't say this so you start feeling bad about anything. I say this from a very empowering point of view. Because if you are the only thing between what you desire and what you have now, do you know how powerful that makes you? If you'd love to hop on a call and explore what's the gap between my current reality and my vision, send me a DM, pop a chat in the comment, and I want to hear which of these blocks do you know right now is in the way of accelerated manifestation. I have manifested a taxi almost every single day without any delay when I lived in Dubai. I used to take a taxi to work. I don't drive. People thought, you don't book a taxi, you're going to work, you're going to be late. Never. I ordered my taxi. I have manifested business and first class upgrades. People think, how did it happen? I did it. I manifested my soulmate, my husband. He is just the most incredible person. So often I think to myself, how did I get so lucky? It happened after years of being single. I've manifested a life today that is so different that I promise you, I sometimes think if I died and came back, my life could not be more different from my experience when I used to work in the corporate world. And not because the corporate world was a bad place, it was simply because I had outgrown it. So instead of clinging onto a situation where I was going through the motions, but my soul had departed. And because I was so no longer in alignment, I burned out. I decided to let go. If I'd clung to that situation, I would not have been able to create the life and the business that I have today. Is it easy? Not necessarily. Will there be doubt along the way? Surely. And that's why I would love to support anyone who's truly ready to live that life that you desire, to step into the deservedness of it, to explore what the blocks may be, to no longer live in denial and suppression of who you truly are. If that's you, then my invitation is to reach out. It is absolutely time for you to rekindle your magnificent essence. Because when you show up that way, the universe also shows up that way. Some of you may be waiting for more money, for more love, for more joy. All of that is there. But are you showing up in a way that these things that you want can connect with you and really express in your life? In any case, remember, if you are not manifesting what you truly desire, then you are definitely expressing the blocks for manifestation. Why do I say this with such confidence? Because you are a master manifesting being. If what you desire is not showing up in your life, then where are the blocks and how can you overcome them? In any case, love and light to everyone. I cannot wait to hear the comments. I want to know what it is you're going to be shifting today. This knowledge is not simply to have, this knowledge is to actually implement. And by implementing it, you watch and you'll witness the miracles in your life. Love and light, everyone.